Welcome back to the deep dive. Just think about it for a second. Flipping a light switch, charging your phone, we barely even register it, right?
Completely taken for granted.
Exactly. Electricity is just there, an invisible hum, basically powering everything.
Oh.
But what if it wasn't? What if its absence shaped, well, every part of your life?
A very different reality.
It is. And today, that's where we're going. We're diving into Korogocho. It's one of Kenya's biggest slums, right there in Nairobi.
Yeah.
We're talking about, what, maybe 200,000 people?
Around that number, yes. And they're living with severely limited electricity or often none at all.
So what's our mission today with this?
Well, our mission for this deep dive is really to grasp the huge shadow this lack of power casts over daily life there. We really want to focus in on how it just devastates kids' educational chances and fundamentally limits their future prospects. You start looking closely and it becomes so clear how much hangs on just having light. It can define a child's whole perspective, Where there's no power, there's often no perspective.
Yeah, that's a stark way to put it. So let's talk about that reality. What's the baseline like for most residents?
Well, the official electricity grid, it's pretty much non-existent for most people in Korogocho.
So what do they use?
You're looking at life lit by candles, maybe open fires for cooking, and some light, perhaps really basic solar cells if they can get them.
And even if there is some kind of connection?
Oh, it's incredibly unreliable. Think frequent power cuts lasting for hours. That's not the exception. That's the norm.
Hours-long outages being normal.
And that unreliability, it leads to much bigger problems, much more dangerous ones.
How so?
Well, you see, the official electricity company, it's largely pulled back from many areas. They don't repair faulty lines.
So people are left to figure it out themselves.
Exactly. Which means many households end up relying on illegal connections, often really crudely improvised.
Which sounds incredibly dangerous.
It is. It means electricity isn't just unreliable, it's a constant hazard. Think fires, risk of electrocution. It's part of daily life, tragically.
Dangerous, unreliable, and devastating. And this brings us to the kids, which is, I think, the core focus here. The impact on children must be heartbreaking.
It really is.
I mean, how could a child even do homework or study after dark?
They simply can't. Without light, it's impossible once the sun goes down. And think about evening classes, sometimes a crucial way to catch up or learn extra skills.
Forget about it.
Rendered completely impossible. Yeah.
So this isn't just an inconvenience.
Not at all. This is where you really see the deep inequity. This lack of power, it's a central barrier. It fundamentally blocks educational opportunities.
You're essentially cutting off pathways for a whole generation.
Precisely. It forces you to see that electricity in a place like Korogocho isn't a luxury. It's not just a utility. It's a fundamental decider of a child's future. Like we said, no power often means no perspective.
And the effects, they must ripple outwards, right? Beyond just school, safety, health.
Oh, absolutely. Think about safety. Dark alleyways after sunset, they become incredibly dangerous.
Crime must spike.
Yes. Risks of robbery, violence, especially for women and children, go way up. And then health.
Yeah.
Vital medical equipment needs power. Refrigerators for medicines, for vaccines, they can't run. Imagine trying to handle an emergency or an operation after dark without reliable light or power. It's incredibly unsafe.
And the economy, people trying to earn a living.
Also hit hard. Small businesses are lifelines for so many families there. But think, a barber needs his electric shaver, right? A tailor might need an electric sewing machine.
Can't operate after dark or during an outage.
Exactly. It severely limits what people can do, handicrafts, services. And there's another cruel twist, getting that illegal electricity. It often costs a fortune.
More expensive than the official supply would be?
Often, yes. And alternatives, like getting a decent solar lamp, the upfront cost is just too high for most families. It just traps people further in poverty.
It sounds like a cycle that's incredibly hard to break, yet people do cope, right? There must be incredible resilience.
Oh, absolutely. The resilience and improvisation are amazing. You see people using small individual solar systems, maybe just for a light bulb or phone charging. Battery lamps are common. Sometimes communities share a generator.
And aid organizations?
They help too, distributing solar lamps, setting up small mini-grid solar projects. These things offer some relief, definitely,
Uh,
but they don't fix the core issue. These are coping mechanisms, not solutions to the fundamental structural problem,
which is
which is that Korogocho and places like it remain largely cut off from the basic supply networks that, well, that we take for granted.
so they're excluded not just from power, but from
From so many life prospects that come with it, the lack of electricity isn't just about darkness, it's a constant daily reminder of deep social and infrastructural injustice.
So bringing this all together,
Mhm.
what's the main takeaway from this deep dive for anyone listening?
I think it hammers home that reliable electricity isn't just nice to have, it's not a convenience.
It's fundamental.
It's absolutely fundamental. It determines your chance at a decent education, at safety, health, economic stability. Really, it's about having a fair chance at life itself.
A fair chance at life.
And it leaves you with a pretty heavy question, doesn't it? When something as basic as light can literally shape the entire path of a child's life, what does that really say about our ideas of global equity, about shared responsibility?
A question to definitely sit with. Thank you for that insight.